See, you're too far along now to reboot. You're too far along. These characters, even though people would say some of these movies weren't good, these characters are embedded in people's head now. So for you to reboot the whole thing and start fresh is going to be the dumbest shit you can ever do because people are not going to support it. Then now you're going to have Snyder people, toxic Snyder people, and regular fans who are going to go against this. You're going to have some people who are going to be like, okay, cool. But it's going to get drowned out by all these other people. They're not going to support it. All right, man, Torture Talk. Like, share, subscribe to the page. Hit the thumbs up button if you like the content. So you know what it is. So, a lot of news going around about DC right now. And I tell you, man, the scooper world and the internet is crazy, man. That's all I'm gonna say. But the scooper world and the Hollywood Reporter and all these people, man, they always have the scoop. It's like they say a rumor and everybody goes crazy, right? All right, so this is what I'm gonna say about this, right? I don't know if this is true, right? And they're saying that this website is an official website. The Hollywood Reporter is an official website, and they does it things officially, and they say things that becomes true and all this stuff. Like, oh, they have you gotta understand, it's over. This is all I'm gonna say. I'm going to say what James Gunn had said. No one knows anything but him and Peter. That's what he said. So I'm going to go off what James Gunn said. But for argument's sake, or for just hypothetically speaking, right? So let's just go through this. So Patty Jenkins' Wonder Woman 3 is not moving forward in the DC movies. Now, we don't know if Gal Gadot isn't going to be Wonder Woman anymore, right? We don't know. Maybe they just ain't making Wonder Woman 3. Maybe they making a new Wonder Woman. I don't know, right? But as you go on, you scroll up and it says, basically saying Jason Momoa is not going to be Aquaman anymore. He's going to be Lobo now, right? Scrolling up some more, here it is. Basically saying he's not going to reprise his role as Aquaman. He's going to be Lobo moving forward. So Superman and Aquaman are cameos in The Flash. Henry Cavill shot scene in September. I don't know about all that. Again, we don't know. And then it says here, basically, Man of Steel 2 is over with. Henry Cavill is out. Or we don't know if he's out. Snyderverse is basically, the Snyderverse is basically done. Right? So, let me get off this page and get back to personal things. So listen, this is what I'm going to say, right? So let's just say, hypothetically speaking, that James Gunn and them just totally just reboot the whole DCU, right? First of all, that'd be the dumbest shit that they ever did. I don't know if they believe that that might be good, but it's different from Marvel versus DC. You're too far along now to reboot. You're too far along. These characters, even though people would say some of these movies weren't good, these characters are embedded in people's head now. So for you to reboot the whole thing and start fresh is going to be the dumbest shit you can ever do because people are not going to support it. Then now you're going to have Snyder people, toxic Snyder people, and regular fans who are going to go against this. You're going to have some people who are going to be like, okay, cool. But it's going to get drowned out by all these other people. They're not going to support it. Now, I know people probably saying, well, they'll support it eventually. No, it's different with DC fans. DC fans are crazy. They're crazy and they're obsessive. They don't just support anything. That's just it. You think that people are not going to the theaters now? Listen, you reboot this whole thing, it's over. I'm not even, me personally, if they reboot the whole thing, I'm not watching nothing from DC. I'm already done with Marvel. You won't catch me after Black Panther, after that shit show, Black Panther, you won't catch me dead in a Marvel movie ever again. And the same thing goes with DC. If they take this way out and they reboot the whole thing, I'm done with DC. I'm done. I'll just stick with the Snyder shit, the Snyder movies, and I'm cool with that. Because they ain't going to me personally, they ain't going to get no better than that anyway. But I'm cool with that. I'll just say, yo, this is when DC was great. This is when the glory days, you know what I'm saying? Listen, I understand, but it's too late. You're too far along. You're going to start a 10-year plan now with new people. It's not going to make sense. It's stupid. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you now. I don't know. Listen, I don't know if James Gunn would ever see my videos, but listen, y'all better rethink that. I don't know who came up with that harebrained idea to reboot the whole thing. Yeah, y'all better rethink that. If this is true. I don't believe it's true. I don't believe it's true. I would believe it when I see it. When I see James Gunn come out with the plan and everything is different. Then I'll be like, okay. If you're erasing, if you're just gonna reboot everything that Zack Snyder created, you're gonna reboot everything? Like, people are literally waiting. They're literally waiting for Justice League 2 with Darkseid. What are you going to do with that? I like James Gunn. Don't get me wrong. But he is nowhere near as good as Zack Snyder. Nowhere near. So you're going to do what? You're going to do what? What are you going to do? I don't understand it. Like, if this is true, like, again, I don't like to fall into scoops and all this goofy shit. I don't. But this is everywhere, so I had to say something about it. I had to, because it's everywhere. So I had to say something about it. But if you're going to reboot the whole thing, it's stupid. It's stupid. It's like, I don't know if somebody thought of that and then it got out, it leaked, and they said, oh man, they said they're going to reboot the whole thing. Me personally, I don't think they're going to do that. If they do reboot the whole thing, right? If they do decide to reboot the whole thing, I think they're coming up with a different storyline for these characters. Like, if they was going to come out if they're going to come out with Kingdom Come, right? That's a different storyline from what Zack Snyder was doing. So obviously that's what they would have to do. Right? That's what they would have to do if that's the case. But me personally, the smartest thing for them to do was, this is just my personal opinion, I think that they should have finished out Zack Snyder Justice League storyboard, the movie. They should have finished that out. Once they finished that out, then they should have rebooted. They should have said, okay, you know what? Let's just do these two movies and then close that out. And my thing is, people were saying like, well, the Flash was gonna leave Ben Affleck and Batman stuck in time. What sense does that make? Who thought of that? What sense does that make? That doesn't even connect to anything. I don't even believe that. I think that's stupid. But what sense does that make? But I'm telling y'all now, if this is true and y'all rebooting everything, you might as well just say fuck it and it's over for DC. It's over. No one wants to see a different Superman. I'm just going to tell you that right now. No one wants to see a different Superman. No one wants to see a different Wonder Woman. No one wants to see a different Batman. If you're gonna cast Batman as a different guy and cast Wonder Woman another, it's gonna look like a parody. It's gonna look stupid, and people are gonna be like, "I'm not watching this. I don't care how good it is. I'm not watching it." You're gonna get those fans. That's the thing. So, if this is y'all great plan, I hope it ain't. But I'm telling you now, I'm checking out. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. If you're not going to continue the Snyderverse or even somewhat towards it, there's no reason for me to be here. I'm sorry. He had the best thing going for DC. I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? I can't be jumping on this. Oh, let me see what they're. No. It's not going to make sense for you to restart the whole thing. And then people saying stuff like, "Oh well, they want to make Supergirl the main the main suit, and then they're gonna do this." Like, why? Nobody's asking for that. Y'all saying y'all doing stuff for the fans? Why? I mean, I know this is like a spit in the fans' face. It's like, oh well, yeah. But this is if it's true. If it's true, I don't think it's true though. I think that someone says something and everybody just ran with it. And I think that he's going to come up with something that's going to be similar to Snyder's continuation. And that's it. I really hope that this isn't true. I really hope this isn't true. Because I'm just cutting it off. That's it. You will never see another DC review video, anything. You won't see that. I cut Marvel off. I'm like, nah, they ain't doing it. Marvel's trash. So y'all just follow down the same path as them? No, I don't think so. So it is what it is, man. I just hope that I hope this isn't true. And I don't really go off for scoops and I don't go off for stuff like that, but this is everywhere. I've seen too many people talking about it, so I said I have to say something about it. It's so many people talking about it. It's like, and maybe it just spread like wildfires. It went viral. But I know that maybe they say things just to see what people think. But I know for a fact that they're seeing this. And if they're seeing this and they still decide to go along with it, it's over for them. They could forget it. They won't even make, I'm going to tell you right now, their movies, and I don't care about movies making money if the movie is good. But they're not going to make any money. People are going to be like, I'm not going to see that. And they're just going to, every time a movie gets released, it's going to make a certain amount of money and that's it. And it's going to, eventually they're going to end up shutting it down. Like this, it's just, I don't know, man. It's like being a DC fan. It's like, it's starting to make me feel like how I was when I was a Marvel fan, when they started doing all that goofy shit. Same way. I just felt like I was so disappointed with Marvel, and I just let Marvel go, because it's like, what is this? What the fuck is this? And I'm feeling like now, who knows? The shit may be good, but my thing is, if you're gonna reboot this shit, the only way this shit is gonna work is if you reboot it and it has the same characters. If you reboot this shit and get rid of the legacy characters, bro, it's kind of like, that's why Marvel is struggling. Marvel is a machine and it's big and people like Marvel. But for the most part, Marvel is struggling because there's no Tony Stark, there's no Captain America. Those dudes are gone. Now, of course, they're making a little bit of change, but they ain't making as much money as if they would have made. So if you get rid of these characters and try to start over again, it's what? People gonna be like, I invested too much time into these other characters, not for this story to continue. So you're telling me that I have to start over again? For what? For something that may be mediocre and not that good? Nah, we ain't doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not wasting my time starting over to watch some shit that's probably gonna be mediocre. I gotta get to know a new Superman now. I gotta get to know a new fucking Wonder Woman and a new Aquaman. That doesn't make sense. I don't. That's why I said I don't believe this. I don't care who's reporting it. I don't believe it because I think that that is the dumbest shit that they could ever do if they reboot the whole fucking system. It doesn't make sense. That's gonna ruin everything. I'm telling you, I don't care how good you think these movies gonna be. No one's gonna watch them, even if they could be excellent. The people are gonna be like, I'm not trying to hear that. No, they're gonna check out. Hey man, listen, torture talk, man. Man, I tell you, man, being a DC fan is very stressful, and it's kind of like, why do I even do it? It's like I love it, but I mean, come on, man. It's like seeing shit like this. It just makes me mad because I just hope this ain't real. I don't believe it's real. I'm just gonna put it out there. I don't believe it's real. I'm just gonna say that I'm gonna give James Gunn the benefit of the doubt, and I think that I'm gonna stick to what he said until I see him come out and say it for himself, which they're saying they're gonna present it next week. Everybody, all eyes are gonna be on DC, and that can make or break them. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if he says they're doing a reboot and he doesn't have these characters, like they could do a reboot, but if he don't have these characters, first of all, you're gonna lose the Snyder fans. That's gone. But if you don't have these characters, Gal Gadot, Jason Momoa, uh, Ben Affleck, and Henry Cavill, if you don't have them characters, DC is dead. Nobody's gonna want to watch it. I don't care who you put as Batman. Nobody's gonna be like, whatever. Like, so no, we like Ben Affleck. Oh no, Henry Cavill is Superman. So whatever you do, if you don't put him as Superman, you can put whoever. It doesn't make a difference. Like nobody's gonna want it. So I just hope that that's not true. So torture talk, you know what it is. Like, share, subscribe.